you, me, and all these persons who are assembled here, they existed in their previous life. They are now existing and they will continue to exist. So, our life is eternal. That is the first instruction in the Bhagavad Gita. Na jayate na mriyate va kadachi na hannate hannamane sarire. This living entity, soul, is never born, neither it dies. It is simply change of body. Just like you just took this sweater. That means you are there and you may give up this sweater again. So your body is changing like dress, but you are the same. See, in previous, just like now you are elderly gentleman, but you are a child, that's a fact. At that time the body was different. You are a young man, the body was different. And again you will become old man like me, your body will be different. So in this life also we are experiencing, going through different types of body. Similarly, after giving up this body, I will have another body. Where is the difficulty? Tatha dehantara prapti dhirastattva namayat. Dehinasmin yatha dehe kaumara jauvanam jara. Tatha dehantara prapti dhirastattva namayat. So dehantar prapti, to accept another body, that is inevitable. Now, what kind of body he will accept? He will not accept, he will be forced to accept, according to your work. Karmana dvaivanitra, by superior arrangement. After death, after giving us this body, generally at the time of death, your mental condition will carry you to a similar body. Jangjanga bhapi smarana bhavam prajatante kale. This is the general, but it is under superior arrangement. So we are changing this body continually, cycle of birth and death. That is material world. Therefore it is said that according to the body, the standard of happiness, distress is there. So that will come automatically by nature's law. Therefore, there is no need of endeavoring, improving or subduing this kind of bodily comforts that you cannot change. It is all destiny. You try for self-realization. What you are, why you are in this body, why you are suffering. This question should be discussed. That is human life.
God, of course, has put this entire human life picture together, and we, of course, cannot really understand his motives or his reasons for this. But if there was some understanding that could be imparted to us, is there? I asked the question, is there any understanding that could be imparted to us to understand some of his motives for this? Because it seems to be that we suffer a great deal to be able to turn towards him, and yet in the Bhagavad Gita he says something like 1 million will seek me, but only 1 out of that million will find me.
Yes.
So your chances are very, very little, and God, of course, understands this.
No. Chances are very little, and chance is immediate. Ordinarily, the chance is very little. But if you accept what God says, then immediately. Just like in the Bhagavad Gita it is stated, Bhaunam janmanamanti jnanavan manga prapaddati Vasudeva sarvamiti sa mahatma sudurla. So, by regular process, it will take many, many births. Bhaunam janmanam, when he is actually jnanavan, then he surrenders to God. And he understands Vasudeva Sarvami. Everything is Vasudeva. Some Atma. So, if we are intelligent, we can take this verse seriously. that although it is very difficult to understand Vasudeva, it takes many, many births to understand this fact. But if one has to come to this point, Vasudeva Sarvamiti, why not do it immediately? That is intelligence. So, if we surrender to God immediately, the thing is very easy. It is a task of 1 minute only. But if we don't do that, then it is difficult, gone, birth after birth.
Why? I understand that, and it seems very acceptable in an intuitive sense. But then the mind sort of questions some of these things.
Is there water? Bringing. Yes.
The mind questions some of these things, and these questions kind of flow naturally. And one wonders why the structure of the universe or of the world has been made in such a fashion that it takes a great deal of misery and difficulty for us to turn towards God.
Because he doesn't want to turn towards God.
Because we don't want to?
Yes. Just like God said that you surrender unto me. And who is going to surrender? He says clearly, Sarvadharman Parityajya Mamametam Saranam. And who is doing that? So he will not suffer. He must suffer. Devidhyesa gunamayi mama maya durutya mameva prapadante maya meta. He will not do that. He will try to become himself God. Oh, I shall surrender. I am God. His dog, he is kicked even by dog, and he still thinks I am God. This is it.
So, as I understand it, and tell me if I interpret it correctly, we're being put more or less into our place, being shown where we really are in relation to God through our suffering.
Yeah. God is giving you the remedy that you surrender to me, you are immediately relieved from all suffering. But we shall not do that. So what is the alternative than suffering? It is a common sense.
This is a lesson in learning through contrast then. This is a lesson in learning through contrast. The contrast of suffering versus not suffering.
Yeah. Suffering, this is only suffering. This material world is only suffering. But under illusion, we are accepting suffering as enjoyment.
Is this because the illusion that we see is a representation of the spiritual world, in a sense?
Illusion is another punishment. We wanted to forget God, and God's illusory energy is giving him facility to forget God.